I'm getting by with my wicked ways. I'm loading up and I'm taking names. I wanna take my way out. I wanna take my way out. I'm getting by with my wicked ways. I'm loading up and I'm taking names. I wanna take my way out. I wanna take my way out. Guess I got away with words.
MLA Network, welcome in. What up, though? How goes it? Today is our inaugural MLA Network YouTube video. First and foremost, guys, I'm your host, Broom. You'll be seeing me here on a weekly basis, popping over here on the YouTube channel. Broom Leagues is the YouTube channel, so check us out. Go subscribe. And we'll be doing a weekly recap show. We'll check all things from open teams throughout the league recaps. We got our own little come on man section, taking shots, MLA's quick hits. Some of the old segments are returning from MLA Radio, and the biggest reason that we have gone with our YouTube channel over Madden League Alliance Blog Talk Radio, which those that have been with us since back in Madden 11 know that we have done a lot of MLA radio shows. YouTube's free. That's all it is, guys. So instead of hearing me over the airwaves and me paying $40 a month for it, now you get to see this ugly mug on the screen, and it's free. So if you don't like it, don't subscribe. Whatever. So that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's go ahead and look at some league openings. Right now, we currently are at full capacity, 32 owners in each league. We've got a couple owners that are kind of weaving on the fence, kind of don't know if they want to fall on the right side or the wrong side, and eventually they will be replaced. So for guys that have not been getting their games played, haven't been communicating, you better tighten up, because we've got quite a lengthy list of owners that are ready and willing to join. We've got guys like Mike Allen, a former commish coming from another league. We've got Evan Davis, who's a Super Bowl contender in one of another leagues I'm in. We've got Jarvis Gilmore looking to come in, who's a member of an RMB in a couple different leagues. We've got BMXR, a longtime MLA member, sitting there waiting on a new DBC team. We've got C-Dog. I don't know if guys that have been here for a long time remember C-Dog. C-Dog made our first banner for Sunday Night Blues, so that's taking it way back. Going all the way back to Sunday Night Blues. That's like Madden 10 shit right there, guys. So, and that's just to mention a few of them. We've got guys that are hitting me up every single day looking for teams. We've got Haney that had to step out for a little while. He's on business for a few weeks. When he comes back, Haney's going to be ready to grab some teams. Let's see, who else do we got? We've got Sack 11. That's going back to Madden 10 as well. He's trying to get some things straight, and after the holidays, he's looking to come in and join. So, biggest thing, guys, I know that you may not be able to play your game every single week. Sometimes schedules don't match up with each other, but you damn well can communicate. So if you can't make it, that's great, but you better text them. Let's go ahead and jump into the new segment, Fresh Meat and Open Seats. We want to give a shout out and a welcome to some new MLA members taking over in New England for the Patriots organization. We've got Fear the Elf, a.k.a. Mike Allen. I mentioned him in the league opening section. We also want to welcome in Captain Matt 5109 taking over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Everybody check out Captain Matt. He does his own little YouTube videos too. So let's give Captain Matt a little round of applause and go subscribe to him and check his videos out. Give a shout out to Jay Parnovic 22 taking over the Philadelphia Eagles and absolutely handed me my ass in week 5 of MLA. Could not stop them. Neither one of us punted until the fourth quarter, in which I started punting and then throwing picks. And that's usually what I do. Bronco Joe 58. He's been with us for a couple weeks, but I wanted to give him a shout out. He took over as owner of the Washington Redskins. And another guy that's been with us since last season before the Super Bowl in Carolina is KSE 725. So we want to give a shout out to KSE 725. Let's jump over to the DBC side of Fresh Meat, New Seats. Check out DD Pitcher, guys. He's the new owner in Buffalo. We've got Mr. Superman taking over the Houston Texans in DBC. We've got the 815 guy who's been with us for a little bit, Danny McCormick. He's taken over, 815 guy has taken over in Kansas City. We've got Danny McCormick, a.k.a. D-Matic, who's taken over in Jacksonville. We've got Mother Sigma boy that came over from Eastside 25, another league that I'm in, and he joined up and took Oakland. We want to give a shout out to Lucky 12 Colts in Dallas. He's been with us for a little while. That's Dre's brother / second account / alter ego / just another way for Dre to figure out how to send some trades his way. So yeah, Lucky 12 Colts, welcome to the MLA. We also want to welcome in Green Bay, Captain Matt 5109. He's joined both leagues. In Carolina, we got PCRGO, my boy PC, come over from another league I'm in. And then RoboCox coming over, taking over the Arizona Cardinals. He's another member that comes from an outside league. I want to give a big shout out to Sigma and RoboCop and myself, because we all hail in this little area that we call Louisiana, baby. Who dat? That's what I'm talking about. So shout out to my boys. That's Brandon Day and that's RoboCox. And we are so glad to have some fellow Saint members back in here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, the biggest thing that we have about our league and our community is organization in my mind. We've got a very clean, streamlined website that we can log on and have everything at our fingertips. We've got contact lists. We've got Facebook pages. We've got chat rooms. We've got league text. I mean, whenever something happens within this league, you should know about it. So real quick, I'm going to go ahead and flip our camera around, and I'm going to show you a quick overview for some of you that may have never been to the website, which would absolutely baffle me, and I would be highly, highly upset. But nonetheless, I want to go ahead and turn this around and just show you. As you go to daddyleagues.com/MLA, like I said, we've got a very, very clean little website here. At the very top, we've got our league banner. You come down, you can check out our champion square, kind of run you through a slider full of our recent champions. As you come down behind that into our top section here, as easy as you could possibly ask for, guys. Rule books, contacts, advance times, forums, injury report. All you have to do is click them. Hey, I get guys that text me all the time. Hey man, can you send me the number to so-and-so? It's all you got to do, guys. Go to this website and click that button right there, and it'll carry you straight to the contacts page. Do we want to see how easy it is? Let's see. Let's see how easy that actually is. Did y'all see how easy that was? And there's all of our contacts for the MLA 25 League sitting right in front of our faces. So check out the website, guys, daddyleagues.com/MLA25 for our Madden League Alliance League, and daddyleagues.com/DBC25 for the DBC League. We're back at the same section here. As you come down a little lower, say, okay, I've got my contacts, I read the rules, I've checked my injuries. Let's get some stats going on. Come down to the next section. We've got our game of the week. We've got our players of the week on the offensive and defensive side. We've got a link right here to go to our YouTube videos. We've got a link right here for Broom's Weekly Pick'em. For those of you who don't know about the Pick'em, you better click that button right there and check it out. You're missing an opportunity to win some cash prizes. We've got our Twitter feed. Anything that goes through Twitter on the game, on the console, when you log in and look at the news, there it is right there on our Twitter feed. Come on down, we've got our stats. We've got stat leaders on the offensive side, passing, rushing, receiving. We've got stat leaders on the defensive side, tackles, sacks, and interceptions. Come on down a little more, we've got main stories. Anybody wants to post a story onto our website, it goes straight here for everybody to read. Check it out for our Facebook page. All you got to do is click this button. You've got a direct link straight to our Facebook. Over here, if you want to take a look at all the stories that have been written within our league, you can click that button right there, and it'll carry you to it. Then we've got our standings on the outside. You've got the AFC standings. You've got NFC standings. So we keep on coming down. You've got our sportsbook section and our complaint section. You need to check any complaints or post one yourself on an owner. There it is right there. If you want to check out what the line is for your game this week, click that button right there. That coincides with Broom's Weekly Pick'em. You want to check the power ranks? See where you're at on the power ranks? There you go, right here. Top 10 every week updated. You want to see what the latest moves have been within the league? Here you go. Shefty, he's got some breaking news over here for us. Last 10 things that have happened within the league, whether it was signed or released. And then you just want to see what's going on in the forums? here's our latest forum activity right here. Scroll down a little bit more and you got the Madden League Alliance Hall of Fame. We've got our Madden 25 Super Bowl winners, spanning back to our Madden 13 Super Bowl winners. And I'm currently working on Madden 12 and Madden 11 Super Bowl banners so we can get them posted to the Hall of Fame as well. So as you can see, guys, it is very, very simple to get on the site and get every piece of information that you would possibly need in order to text your opponents. Welcome back. This is Broom, MLA Network, inaugural show. So, that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the first segment of the show, and that is MLA's Quick Hits.
Kane is in the building.
A 2-minute drill around the leagues, top teams and performers. Time for MLA's Quick Hits.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into MLA Quick Hits. First, we will jump into the Madden League Alliance. We are currently sitting in Week 5 and are scheduled to advance Monday morning. Looking at it right now, we've got 5 games left on the docket. We've got the Jets versus Washington. We've got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Rams. We've got the Texans versus the Colts, the Bucks versus the Falcons, and the San Diego Chargers versus the Denver Broncos. So 5 games left on the docket. You've got today to get those played. Advance to Week 6 will be tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. CST. Currently, Week 5, we're going to jump into the game of the week from Week 4, which was a huge game between, it is the game of the week for Week 5. I apologize. It was a huge game this week between an undefeated, that's right, I said it, an undefeated Santa and his Seattle freaking Seahawks. So Santa and his Seahawks traveled to Buffalo to take on Beast Mode. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I picked Beast Mode to win. I don't know how Santa's doing it with Seattle. But Santa comes out in this game 35-23. Both teams were real stout against the run. Rushing yards allowed by Seahawks was 55, and allowed rushing by the Bills was 65. In the air and on the turnovers is what really made the difference. Looks like the Seahawks were able to take 2 turnovers away while only giving 1 back. Possibly could have been the difference in the game. Jay Cutler was 20 of 23 for 287 yards and 3 touchdowns in Seattle. Like I said, running the ball, you had Zach Stacy tried 13 times for only 33 yards. Christine Michael with 5 attempts for 19 yards. Looking at the receiving side, Brandon Marshall led the game in receptions for Seattle with 4 catches for 43 yards and a touchdown. You also had Jordan Cameron come through with 4 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown. Let's jump over to Buffalo. E.J. Manuel went 14 for 17. He had 3 incomplete passes. 2 of them were picks. 153 yards on 14 passes for 2 touchdowns. C.J. Spiller, 9 rushing attempts for 36 yards. E.J. Manuel, 2 rushing attempts for 19 yards. I got a feeling if you don't run the ball, you usually don't win the game. I know that's my key when I play a game. I need to eclipse 100 yards rushing. If I get 100 yards rushing, usually opens everything else for me, and usually come away with the win. So, but yeah. So looks like Santa is kicking ass and taking names, as he now currently sits at 5-0, and I know he resides somewhere on the power ranks, which we will go ahead and jump into right now. Actually, before we do that, let's jump into the Players of the Week. This Players of the Week is going to reflect from Week 4. Players of the Week actually calculate every time we advance the league. So when we advance from Week 5 to Week 6, we'll find out who our Week 5 Players of the Week were. Make sense? Okay, here we go. So the MLA Offensive Player of the Week, big shout out. We mentioned him earlier. Fear the Elf, a.k.a. Mike Allen, came in his first game as an MLA owner. Stephen Ridley for the Patriots, 22 rushes, 282 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So big shout out to him. I hate to even give this Player of the Week the Player of the Week. Sean Lee, middle linebacker out of San Diego, Wales Vagina, San Diego. 18 tackles, 2 sacks, and a sim. I know that game was a sim. It was the Chargers versus whoever Xavier was playing, but I know that it was a sim. So, but yeah, so players of the week, guys, you got Sean Lee with 18 tackles and 2 sacks on the defensive side, and you've got Stephen Ridley with 282 yards and 3 touchdowns on the offensive side. Let's go ahead and jump into the power ranks through week 4 in the Madden League Alliance. Currently sitting atop your power ranks, you've got the Baltimore Ravens and Alpha coming in at number 2. Number 2. That's right, number 2. Number 2 is Santa. That's right. Santa freaking Claus, a.k.a. Yvette714, number 2 in the power ranks. As much shit as I talk about Santa, let's give a shout out to him, man. I never saw this coming. 5-0, won the division the last 2 seasons, just absolutely wrecking shop over there with the Seattle Seahawks. So coming in at number 2 is Santa Claus and the Seattle Seahawks. Coming in at number 3, you've got your 2-time defending Super Bowl champion, Aim and his Green Bay Packers. Coming in at number 4, you've got Spurs and his Dallas Cowboys superstar team. Coming in at number 5, you've got Xavier and his San Diego Chargers. Coming in at number 6, you've got MJD and his Jacksonville Jaguars. Coming in at number 7, you've got Cleveland Browns and Coach E-Dub. Coming in at number 8, you've got KSE 725 and them Carolina Panthers. Hate seeing the Carolina Panthers in the power ranks. That's just that's just an old Saints fan talking is what that is. Nonetheless, I digress. Coming in at number 9, Houston and Sit Down. I know Sit Down's had a rough couple seasons. Looks like he's turning things around. And coming in at number 10, big shout out to Mr. BMX and the Kansas City Chiefs. BMX cracking the top 10 there. Let's go ahead and jump into the MLA stat stuffers, guys. Leading the league so far this season in passing is M311 and his quarterback Matthew Stafford out of Detroit. He's thrown the ball for 1,507 yards, and he's thrown for 9 touchdowns. Leading the league in rushing so far, we just talked about this man, BMX. His running back, Jamal Charles. 713 yards so far on the season, a hefty 10.3 yard per carry average. And he scored 5 touchdowns on the year. LaShawn McCoy and Ray Rice, just looking at it, both are tied for the league lead in touchdowns rushing with 9 rushing touchdowns each. Let's jump into the receiving side. Giovanni Aiken has got 24 receptions for 569 yards. This is Detroit's wide receiver. So it's very shocking to see Detroit and M311 at that not have Calvin Johnson as their number 1. But coming in leading the league in receiving yards is Giovanni Aiken. 24 receptions, 569 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 23.7 yard per catch average. Excuse me. Let's jump into the defensive side real quick. You've got Sean Lee leading the league with tackles at 37. You've got Antonio Cromartie and Brad Jones both tied for the league lead in interceptions at 6 apiece. And then leading the league in sacks for the MLA is Grief Nelson, who leads the league through 5 weeks with 8 sacks. Let's go ahead and jump into our stat stuffer team stats. And to do that, we're going to jump over here and take a look at the top teams for each category. Looking at league leaders in offense. Total offensive yards per game, you got the Green Bay Packers and AIM currently leading that section, 445.4 yards. Tied for that is the Baltimore Ravens. Seems fitting, you know. Baltimore Ravens, Green Bay Packers, they've only played for the Super Bowl the past 2 years in a row. But nonetheless, leading the league in passing yards per game is the Oakland Raiders at 316 yards a game. I believe that is Lucky 12 Colts in Oakland, so shout out to Lucky. And leading the league in rushing yards per game is the Baltimore Ravens. And Ray Rice and company over there averaging 278 rushing yards per game. I know personally, I think Alpha's averaging like 2.5 passes per game. So if you can stop the run, he has not thrown enough to even know how to throw the freaking ball. So all you got to do is stop the run. Let's jump over to the defensive side. Leading the league in total yards against defense. Seattle Seahawks. That's Santa. He's allowing 238 yards total per game. Leading the league in allowed passing yards per game is the San Diego Chargers with 160 yards. Leading the league in rushing yards per game against is the Seattle Seahawks, allowing 41.6 yards per game. So that is pretty stout. Go ahead and jump into the final section of MLA, and that is Broom's Weekly Pick'em. For those of you who don't know, each week I'm going to start putting our sports book up. It's going to show you all of the lines, what team is picked to win from where and who and by how much. For those of you who don't know, let's take an example. If you've got the Saints playing the Falcons and you see on there that it says Saints -3, that means that if I bet that the Saints win the game, that the Saints have to win by 4 points in order for me to win. I hope that makes sense. So when you're out there making your picks, guys, make sure you take the line, aka the spread, into account. Take a look real quick at week 4 and what I did. I was 9-5 with winners. So if you were a betting man and put $100 a game on it, you came out winning money. Oh, by the way, if you do want to put some money on it, just call me. I'll be your personal Madden League Alliance bookie. So let's see. Let's go through my picks. I had Green Bay -8 to cover the points, and they won. I had New England +10. They were getting 10 points, and they won outright. So big shout out to Mike Allen. Had New Orleans -1 to cover. New Orleans won the game, so I won that game. I had Pittsburgh +5. Pittsburgh +5 did not win. That was a loser. I had the New York Jets +15. Billy, you're getting 15 points against Santa. How you going to let them beat you by 17 or so? I lost that one. Jets +15 was a loser. I would have never saw it coming. Buffalo +5, loser. St. Louis +5, winner. Bucks +6, a loser. Come on, Dr. Jervik. Oakland +15, winner. Houston -8, winner. Minnesota +6, loser. Philadelphia +17, winner. Baltimore -10, winner. Cleveland -14, winner. So that's Broom's Weekly Pick'em. Like I said, I went 9-5. Week 5, Broom's Weekly Pick'em is currently posted. Go on there, get your post up, and see if you can win some cash. Like I said, if anybody picks all the teams correctly, you win cash money. So, yes, it's kind of hard. I mean, what do you want me to make it easy? Just start giving guys money every week? It's got to be hard, and you got to participate. So the only way to get it is to get in there and post your thoughts. Let's go ahead and jump over to the DBC side. DBC currently sits in week 3, guys. I know that because the Bengals just moved to 3-0 on the young season. Currently sitting at number 2 on the power ranks. Shh, don't tell nobody. So anyways, currently sitting in week 3. We are scheduled to advance tonight, Sunday night. So go ahead and get your games in, guys. Looking at the schedule, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games that are left out there to play. Arizona versus Dallas, Kansas City versus Denver, Detroit versus Oakland, Atlanta, New Orleans, the Jets and the Ravens, and the Chicago Bears and the St. Louis Rams. So let's go ahead and get these games scheduled. Let's get these games played. We get them done early. We will advance as soon as they are done. So text me. Let me know what's going on, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into the game of the week. Game of the week is through week 2. It was the Saints and the Panthers. Saints is Xavier, and the Panthers is PCRGO. Great game, 27-23. Looks like it came down to the final possession, to the final series of the game. We had a total of 1 turnover in the whole game, so there wasn't a lot of defense played, I don't guess. You had a 4th down conversion by PCRGO late in the 3rd quarter that was questioned. It was a 4th and 3 on the 45-yard line of the Saints. Saints felt like they should either try for a long field goal or kick it, kick the punt. Kick the long field goal or punt the ball, and of course the Panthers felt like they needed to go for it. Panthers convert on the 4th and 3, eventually end up scoring a touchdown. Bada bing, bada boom. Game ends. Complaint on the Panthers. Panthers says the complaint wasn't right. So it is what it is, guys. Let's all try to be civil about it. But looking at the game, you had Drew Brees, 267 yards passing with a touchdown. On the other end, you had Cam Newton with 210 yards passing and a touchdown. Rushing the ball, you had Kenjon Barner from Carolina with 109 yards on 12 attempts. You had big old Cam Newton racked up 51 yards on 4 attempts. On the Saints side of the ball, you had Darren Sproles with 110 yards on 12 carries. And you had Pierre Thomas with 4 attempts for 14 yards. Xavier, thank me that Darren Sproles has still got 91 or 92 speed, because I'm in another league that's called RFL, and we sim the first season, and I've got the Saints. And Darren Sproles' speed dropped down to a 80-7. And for Darren Sproles, that shit is horrible. It feels like he's running backwards. I think he's got 3 carries on the whole year for me. So I digress. Let's jump into the receiving. Saints, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different receivers on the day. I mean, Drew Brees at his best. Jimmy Graham, 7 catches, 71 yards. Marcus Colston, 6 for 88. Jumping over into Carolina, you had Kenjon Barner. Kenjon Barner led the team in receptions. The running back led the team in receptions with 4 receptions, only 18 yards. Riley Cooper led the league in receiving yards, 3 receptions for 81 yards. So good game to the two of them, 27-23. Take a look at the game of the week for week 3 is the Detroit Lions versus the Oakland Raiders. You've got a 1-1 HHS and his Detroit Lions versus a 2-0 motherfucking Sigma in the Oakland Raiders. Now, if you notice, I kind of get quiet when I say, and that's because I've got a 3-year-old in just the other room. And the last thing you want is him to go to daycare, start saying motherfucking Sigma. You know what I mean? So, anyways. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the Players of the Week. Players of the Week are from Week 2. DBC Offensive Player of the Week was LaMichael James, halfback for the New England Patriots. 29 rushes, 175 yards, and 5 touchdowns. How do you let a man get 5 touchdowns on you? I know it's Spurs, and I know he cheeses, and I know he probably should have put his backups in and let his backups get some touchdowns. But still, how do you let Spurs score 5 rushing touchdowns on you? I digress. Let's jump over to the DBC defensive side player of the week. You had the Kansas City Chiefs, who is the 815 guy, and Derek Johnson, middle linebacker from the Chiefs, 11 tackles, 2 sacks on the day. Go ahead and jump into the power ranks through week 2. Coming in at number 1, you have Detroit and HHS Indians. Matter of fact, let's swing on down here real quick and get an updated now. Meet the presses, hot off the press, because I had put this show together to do yesterday, and we have since updated. We have got a new, that's right, a new top 10 power ranking. Fresh off the press, currently at number 1, Mr. Superman and the Houston Texans. Coming in at number 2, your boy Broom, Cincinnati Bengals, 3-0. Coming in at number 3 is the Washington Redskins and Alpha at 3-0. Coming in at number 4, big shout out to Dre, a.k.a. Ryder's dad, coming in with his Eagles at 2-1, number 4 on the power ranks. Number 5 coming in is 2-0 Oakland Raiders. That's motherfucking Sigma. Coming in at number 6 is Sit Down and the 3-0 Tennessee Titans. Now coming in at number 7 is HHS and his 1-1 Detroit Lions. Coming in at number 8 is Fernando, a.k.a. Niners Blood, coming in with his 3-0 Seattle Seahawks. Coming in at number 9 is MJ Douche, MJ Dizzle, MJD, coming in with his 3-0 Tampa Bay Bucks at number 9. And rounding off the top 10 is New Orleans Saints and Xavier's 1-1 team. That's the top 10. Let's go ahead and jump into some stat stuffers through the DBC. Currently leading the league in passing is Phillip Rivers. That's Shark over there in San Diego. 994 yards on 48 completions, 8 touchdowns on the year. Leading the league in rushing, Sit Down and Chris Johnson. 590 yards, 10.5 yards per carry, 8 touchdowns on the year. Looks like the only person that has got him beat on rushing touchdowns is LaMichael James. By the way, that's because somebody let him score 5 touchdowns in a game. Come on, man. LaMichael James, 439 yards, 5.9 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns. Had 4 before last game. But I digress. Jumping to the receiving leaders. Receiving leaders is Hakeem Nicks, 367 yards and 4 touchdowns on the year. So it looks like Volk over there got Hakeem running strong. Jump over to the defensive side of DBC. Leading the league in tackles is Paul Posluszny. I believe that's a middle linebacker out of Jacksonville. I guess, when your offense is as bad as it is in Jacksonville, your defense is on the field a lot. That gives your linebackers a chance to make a bunch of tackles. Jump into the defensive interception leaders for DBC. Leading the league outright is Jason McCourty so far, 4 interceptions on the year. Right behind them, you've got 4 tied with 3. Kareem Jackson, Tremaine Brock, Earl Thomas, and DJ Swearinger all come in with 3 interceptions. Leading the league in sacks, my boy Junior Gillette from the New Orleans Saints. 6 sacks on the year so far. All right, let's go ahead and jump into some DBC team stats. Leading the whole league in offense as a team, yards per game is the Tennessee Titans in sit down, averaging 467 yards a game. Leading the league in passing is the St. Louis Rams in D. Solar. He's averaging 360 yards a game in the air. Leading the league in rushing, this is starting to become a common theme here. Alpha, 287 yards rushing per game with the Washington Redskins. So he leads the league in MLA, and he leads the league in DBC in rushing. So somebody's got to stop that boy. He can't throw, I promise you. Oh, and Yolanda, a.k.a. East ATL for Life, a.k.a. Yolanda, none of your biz. She asked me the other day after she played him, she said, I can't stop him. Have you got any kind of pointers you can give me to stop him? I said, yeah. You need to call that dude's mother and tell his mom that he was smoking weed. You saw him outside the high school smoking. Because that happened to him last year, and he got suspended from the leagues because he got grounded by his mama. Okay? So a little point of advice out there for anybody that needs to get AIM out of their way. If you got AIM in a AFC championship game, or you got, not AIM, you've got Alpha in the AFC championship game, you've got Alpha in the 17th week of the season, and a playoff berth is on the line, all you got to do to take care of Alpha is call his mama and tell him that you caught him doing something wrong. That boy going to get a whooping, and he going to get put in his room for the rest of the evening while you play the computer. Okay? So let's jump. That's just my little tidbit right there, a little Broom scouting report. Okay? You're my boy, Alpha. You're my boy. All right, let's go ahead and jump to the defensive side. Leading the league in defense, you've got the Baltimore Ravens. He's allowing 204 yards per game. That's AIM, of course, for those of you that don't know. AIM has been known as a defensive mastermind since I met him back in Madden 10. I've beaten AIM one time over the 30-plus times we've played. So he leads the league in yards per game allowed at 204 yards with his Ravens. Leading the league in passing yards against is the New Orleans Saints, Xavier. He's got that secondary running wide open. And leading the league against the rush is the Washington Redskins, allowing 35 yards a game rushing. So when you go to play the Washington Redskins, you know that you're playing the most potent rushing attack in the game, and you're going up against the most potent rushing defense in the game. That's a pretty stout little stat to put together. All right, let's go ahead and jump into Broom's Weekly Pick'em. Again, guys, for DBC, just like I do in MLA, I'm going to post the Pick'em every week. I'm going to have the spread on there. I've already explained to you how the spread works. If you still don't understand it, get with me outside the show, and I'll do what I can to help you out. Let's take a quick look at what I had for Week 2. Broom's Weekly Pick'em, I went 11, 4, and 1. All right? Had the Jets minus 15. That was a loss for me. I had the Saints plus 10. They won that game outright. I had Seattle plus 12. He was a plus 12 against Santa and the Pittsburgh Steelers. We had the upset special as Seattle won the game outright. So we had a loss with the Jets, a winner with the Saints, a winner with the Seahawks. We had another upset special. Arizona was a 24-point underdog, RoboCox, going into their game. He won that game outright, so that was a win for me. Miami plus 14. They lost by 14. When you get in that situation, that's a push. You don't win, you don't lose. It's a tie. It's kind of like two teams scoring a field goal in the final 15 minutes of overtime and Donovan McNabb not knowing what's going on. That's what happens. So don't McNabb yourself, guys. If it's minus 14 and it's a 14-point game, then it's a push. So Miami plus 14 is a push for me. Denver plus 2, they won the game outright, so that was a win for me. Green Bay plus 16, they were 16-point underdog, upset special as they won the game outright. The Patriots and Spurs were plus 1, they were a 1-point underdog, they won the game. San Francisco was a pick 'em. I picked San Francisco to win, and they won. The Bucks plus 10. How MJD is getting 10 points somewhere, I have no idea. But MJD wins the game. I'll gladly take it. Had the Browns plus 41. I thought surely 1,000 fat kids, a.k.a. James Wilson, a.k.a. 1K fatties. 41 points, dog. 41. How do you give up 41 points? I think the total score, I think it was 51-0 is what he lost. So I lost that game. Come on. At least you covered the spread in week 3. I will tell you that. I was a 34-point favorite, and I only beat you by like 27. So nonetheless, Washington minus 14 lost for me. Washington won the game, but they only won by 10 points. Therefore, I lose because I picked them to win by 14. Oakland minus 5, they're a winner. Cincinnati plus 2, they're a winner. Jacksonville plus 13 is a loss. And the Colts plus 38 was a winner. So, like I said, 11-4-1 on the season, on the week. Go ahead and jump into, real quick, a future segment that we're going to have. It's called Inside the Locker Rooms.
We dive deeper to get you the best insight from around the leagues. We bring you Inside the MLA Locker Rooms.
So next week, guys, we're going to go ahead and introduce this clip, this segment. We're going to visit with our 2-time Madden 25 MLA Super Bowl winner, Ain. We're going to visit with our defending DBC Super Bowl winner, Spurs 210. Moving forward, we'll start taking interviews from all owners. If you want to get on camera, we can work it out to where it's a split screen type deal. You can FaceTime me, whatever we want to do. We're going to make it happen, Captain. All right? So Inside the MLA Locker Rooms will be coming pretty soon. That being said, let's go ahead and jump into MLA's Quick Hits.
We're going to skate to one song only.
Feeling duped, disrespected, or just downright done dirty? Let us know how you really feel. No holds barred. It's time for Taking Shots.
All right, MLA's Taking Shots. The segment has returned, ladies and gentlemen. How we used to do it on MLA radio was 30 seconds, pure, straight fire shots. You want to call in pure, uncensored fun, shit talk, whatever you want to throw out there. You got a problem with an owner, you call us up and let us know. But for now, for this week, I've got my own little version of MLA's Taking Shots. And it starts with an owner who's not even in our league anymore, Jeff the Great 42. Some might say, who is Jeff the Great 42? Then some would say, who the hell ripped this Green Bay Packers team apart? We had a sim season in DBC2. All we had to do was re-sign our players and draft. How did Sam Shields end up in free agency? How did Jermichael Finley end up not on the team? How did, who else do we have out there? James Starks end up not on the team. How did James Jones end up not on the team? Jeff the Great 42. I apologize to everybody for bringing this cat into the league. He has consistently texted me, always wanting to join. I've always told him that I'd get him in. Gave him an opportunity. The guy texted me after he lets those players leave and go to free agency. He texts me right before the draft, about 15 minutes before the DBC rookie draft, and says, man, I think I'm going to step out. This league moves too fast for me. Do what? Why would you join a Madden league that you know advances on a 48 to 72 advance schedule to not do anything but rip a team apart and then turn around and say that it's moving too fast for you? So you, sir, must just be certified slow because you don't understand how to re-sign freaking Sam Shields. Come on. What kind of waterhead does not re-sign Sam Shields? But hey, I guarantee you one thing. I know Ryder's dad, a.k.a. Dre, a.k.a. Justin, a.k.a. Lucky 12 Colts, a.k.a. whoever the hell he calls himself at the present time. I know he's happy about it because he was able to sign Shields in free agents. So, Jeff the Great, 42, taking shots, bro. I'm taking shots. Jumping to the next one, DBC, Week 2, Browns, 51-0. You were a 41-point underdog, getting 41 points. 1K fatties, where you at? How do you do it, man? Josh Gordon, 2 receptions for 12 yards in the game. Come on, man. You got to pick it up there. You got to pick it up. Now, you're in my division, so I really shouldn't even want you to win. But, man, watching 51-0 and Josh Gordon with 2 catches for 12 yards, I kind of want you to win. Now, I wasn't going to let you win in Week 3 because you had to play me. But moving into Week 4, you got my vote, man. I want you to win. So, come on, man. James Wilson, a.k.a. 1K Fatties. Step it up, cuz. Step it up. DBC Week 2, PCRGO. You knew it was coming, dog. You knew it was coming. Guy breaks the 4th down rule and then proceeds to text the owner that says, Broom said it's okay as long as we don't abuse it. No. No, what I said was follow the 4th down rule guideline. Anybody that doesn't know, daddyleagues.com/DBC25/rules. daddyleagues.com/MLA.com. daddyleagues.com/MLA25.com. Goddamn. daddyleagues.com/MLA25/rules. All you've got to do is input rules at the end of either one. You can get rules for DBC and MLA. 4th down clearly states 4th and 3. Now, do I think PCRGO was wrong for going in that situation? Not necessarily. But I think that the 2 owners should have spoken about it first instead of not talking to each other and both bitching to me. So come on, guys. Work it out amongst each other. You're both grown men. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into Miami lost to Philadelphia. I got to take a shot on my boy Dr. Jervik. Come on, man. I pick you. You're in my weekly pick 'em. I paged Dr. Jervik. Where you at? You not on call this week or something? Come on, Dr. Jervik. Step it up next week. Win me some games. MLA Week 4. Colts lose to the Pats. Justin, man. Justin. Again, a.k.a. Dre, a.k.a. whoever they pretend they are. You going to let the new owner come in and run for 282 yards on you? 282 yards? That's Adrian Peterson style right there, cuz. So, take a little shot at Justin. Tighten your run defense up for next week. Last but not least, and this goes back a couple weeks ago, but I've really just got to take a shot to him. I want to show you guys something. Hang tight. Okay. Can't find my other phone. Texas Finest. Trying to explain to me that somebody has texted him to play a game. And he can't get a response back. So man, snap a picture of it and send it to me. How do you do that? Texas. You got a smartphone, right? Yeah, I got an iPhone. That's all you got to do. Hit the top lock button, your bottom home button at the same time. It'll snap a picture of exactly what's on your phone. So he starts sending me pictures, and he sends, oh, snap. I didn't know you can do that. And I've had an iPhone for 4 years. Come on, man. How do you not know? It's like, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. How do you not know how to use your iPhone? How do you not know, Texas? How do you not know how to use your iPhone? Tell him one more time. It's like, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Unbelievable. So, taking a big shot at Texas. Learn how to use your iPhone. Go to youtube.com/iPhone tutorial and learn what you're doing, cuz that was MLA's taking shots. Moving forward in the next week, if anybody's got a shot they want to take, get with me. I'll probably start recording these shows on Saturdays sometimes. So if you decide you want to take some shots, send them to me before Saturday. We will gladly get you in there.
That's old. Is that old? Can I have it?
that being said, guys,
Back in
this was our inaugural episode of the Madden League Alliance Network. I appreciate everybody that has joined in. I hope that everybody liked it. We'll add some more things as we move on. We may take some things out. I may find me a nice new little background. I know Captain Matt's got all this cool shit behind him and everything. We're going to try to figure out some way I can get a big Who Dat sign or something back there. But right now, it is time for some Saints football because it is currently 12:15, which means the Saints have just kicked off. So I missed the pregame just to do the show. That's how much I love you guys. Madden League Alliance Network. Check it out. I'll leave you with one little snippet from the Broom. Here we go.
Well, I don't really care what you call us.
Tell them who
I don't
that.
give a damn what you say. Eventually your leagues will fold in. You wanna join the MLA? Talk about me all that you want to. I know that you're just blowing fumes. Mad cause all your owners have left you. And you heard they're joining up with the Broom. Up with the Broom. Up with the Broom. Yeah, you heard they're joining up with the Broom. Up with the Broom. I'm like a genie in a bottle, just call me Aladdin. About to beat your bitch ass in a game of Madden. Dog, it's just my skills, y'all can't see me on them sticks, man. Undefeated seasons, got your girlfriend on my dick, man. Hung like a stick, man. The big hit stick, man. Got your girl's eyes wide shut, Nicole Kid, man. Shit right here is business, let's take it to the next stop. Got you 3rd and long, and I'm just counting on your next drop. Now it's 4th and long, and I got your ass twitching. About to punt the ball to my court, resort to glitching. Your glitches better work, them blitzes better stop me. Cause I can fucking hot route the seam past the shocking. These kids nowadays, y'all, it's so hard to teach them. Special teams to the big leagues, Rob Meacham. And while y'all in the bleachers, my leagues are getting featured. Plus I got the defense to leave that ass speechless. Let's go. Well, I don't really care what you call us. I don't give a damn what you say. Eventually your leagues are folding. You wanna join the MLA? Talk about me all that you want to. I know that you're just blowing fumes.
You talking?
Mad cause all your owners have left you.
The Broom?
And you heard they're joining up with the Broom. Up with the Broom. Up with the Broom. Yeah, you heard they're joining up with the Broom. Up with the Broom.
Up with the
Okay.
Broom.
You said you run the best leagues, hoping you could prove that. Said this was a fire sale, all I got was loose crap. About to unleash an attack on this here track. Repping for my team, New Orleans, baby, who that? Broom Leagues, baby, shit ain't nothing new to me. Madden League Alliance, go and check out our community. Haters gonna hate, well that's great, I love your scrutiny. You'll never keep my sickness down, call this Broom's immunity. Flow fantastic, ought to be drastic, sold and chain imported in plastic. Madden League Alliance, we're the best of the best. Super amazing, paraphrasing, can't believe it, I'm Caucasian. If you want to join, you better jump on the list. Got forum stats, blogs, and a radio show. I got Fitzgerald on my team, and plus I'll trade you for Bo. I wear a chip on my shoulder, leave your ass in a coma. If you don't want to get that ass beat, then don't come to NOLA. I'm a single pressure man, deep drop back in the zone. Call me Tom Hanks, y'all, we in a league of our own. The NFL ain't even finished, your league's already falling. Madden League Alliance, bitches status set the ball in. Well, I don't really care what you call us. I don't give a damn what you say. Eventually your leagues are folding. You wanna join the MLA? Talk about me all that you want to. I know that you're just blowing fumes. Mad cause all your owners have left you. And you heard they're joining up with the Broom. Up with the Broom. Up with the Broom. Yeah, you heard they're joining up with the Broom. Up with the Broom. Up with the Broom. Yeah, you heard they're joining up with the Broom.
Look at the flower.
I see him. He's dancing to it. Ladies and gentlemen, Madden League Alliance Network inaugural show. Hope you enjoyed it. Got my co-host with me. You gonna go watch some Saints football? You gonna go watch some football? And who dat? See you next week. Who dat?
Do that.